Welcome back to my small channel, and today we will add a little extra to my video I never done before, actually, because it's not like it's big. It's a big whoop-de-fucking-do, and but it is, at least for me, something to work with, and in a positive, not very difficult way. I'm not trying to make it sounds like I'm reinventing the wheel, but no. We are just connecting a couple of dots in my world of entertainment, and we are talking Royal Blood. This is actually empty. The cover is empty because it's already on. It's track number 2, and it's without glasses on. It can be difficult to just hit the mark, and it is a video I'm doing, so let's try to keep it as neat as possible. That's the plan. This is the inner sleeve, the one you put the record in, and then you put it in the cover. I'm just telling you, if you're not a, in Denmark we call it a shark. If you're an expert, you're a shark at the subject. You can actually see a circle of stars if you look very carefully. Oh, we got 2 circles. Yeah, we got 2 circles. So Royal Blood, this is supposed to be, I think it's the first album, if I remember it correctly. And I actually saw these guys live, and it was fantastic. At the point, the year was, I can't remember the year, I guess it's like 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago, but it has been some years ago, around 6, 7. Only they only made 2 albums at that point, so and now we got at least a 3rd full studio album, maybe a 4th, I don't know. I haven't checked it up the last couple of months, but yeah, we are going into side A, and we are skipping out of the black. It's very poetic. If this is the first record, album, they are coming out of the black. It's very, very, very smart. And then we have Come On Over. And now I will go circle around, back to where I started my little Sprechen speech in this video about connecting dots, because recently I started to watch the TV series, the BBC original Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders. Mind you, I'm from Denmark. I'm not trying to do a authentic accent. When I do an accent, I'm only amusing myself because, it's goofy. That's the humor in the brain. It's like, making noises and voices. It's very childish, but you have to excuse me. And I'm not making fun of anybody, Actually, it's the opposite. I'm wishing I had a accent like that. Maybe, I don't know. It's not important. Back to the dots. So now the writing, what do you call it, I'm totally blanking out, but the writing on the wall, the name of the video could be, reacting or enjoying Peaky Blinders soundtrack, music, whatever. And in this case, excuse me, something on my tongue. And in this case, it's royal blood. And if you not know a lot about Peaky Blinders, a short, just a 5 or 10 seconds explanation, recap. It's the show is circling, or it's happening in Birmingham, and that's funny also because recently, let's say a year ago, I discovered, I was late to Napalm Death, and they're actually also from Birmingham. So it's like full circle. It's like, what the fuck? In my world, in 1 year I started listening to Napalm Death, and not short after, or what do you call it, long after, I started watching Peaky Blinders, also not 30 years after the debut, but some years after. It's actually done now. That we have 6 seasons, 6 times 6, so it's a 6. Yeah. And the year is around 20. The depression, the gangster years, the right after First World War, I guess, and the lead, the major lead is the guy from I forgot his name right now, Kyrian or something. I can't remember it. Shame on me. Shame. The guy from Oppenheimer, Opie, and Sunshine, and 20 whatever, 4 hours later, something. The zombie movie, you know what I mean? That guy with the eyes, yes. And long story short, the music, even the title track is Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Red Right Hand, the one with the clunk, it sounds like 2 hammers joining forces, like boom, and the red right hand, boom, or me. Maybe we will do that in a later video. Maybe I will make a whole series out of enjoying the tunes from the Peaky Blinders. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I just gotta say Peaky Blinders, yeah? Not yeah, but I'm goofing. I am goofing. I'm actually really surprised how good this series is. So, this is me saying thank you, Peaky Blinders. Thank you, Royal Blood. I can't remember where Royal Blood is from, but it is a town in England. Was it Birmingham or was it Brighton? I think they are from Brighton, like Queen, Brighton rocks. I think but yeah. So, what I've told you by now is that I saw them live. I immediately went home and bought the 2 records I could get at that point, including this one today. And I'm just gonna keep buying their studio albums as they come out. At this point I have 3, so maybe I will discover in a few minutes we're up to 4. I don't know. Number 3 is not that old. I actually made a video about, I don't know, a couple of tunes, 3, the first little bite into the record. I never finished it off because nobody commented on it like, yeah, let's get on with that one. It was like, okay, So you don't give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck, maybe I won't give a fuck, and we can all give a fuck or not together. Yeah, that's the channel. That's the mojo of the channel. No, it's not. Again, I'm just goofing. Maybe because I'm really excited about this new angle. It's not like an angle I'm gonna do in every video. I'm not saying like, from now on, I'm only reacting or enjoying music from shows, TV or movies. But I thought, why not? Because why? The answer to why is on this way. I can shine a light on. Hey, listen to this group, and hey, check this TV series out if you haven't seen it yet, like me recently. Funny enough, where I am at in the timeline of the show, I was hard to say from a guy from Denmark, is exactly after they played the Come On Over tune. I saw that last night, very late. It's right in the episode 6, season 2. It's like they play it when they really amp up in the final. It's like, okay, let's have some badass music in this show by now. The first season, the music I heard in it was a lot of, also besides Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, but they seem to be very happy also around, what's his name, Jack White, even the Raconteurs, because it fits in the theme. And maybe you can write a comment on, I just had that thought, because let's use this connecting the dots in this video. I would like to know if anybody, and I will be lucky if somebody is actually answering me. It doesn't happen very, very often. I don't know. Maybe it's the gypsy in me. Funny enough, in my family we actually have gypsy blood. So, apropos the Peaky Blinders. But my question to your answer is, what music number did you not hear in Peaky Blinders series? BBC, yeah, you right, you, goofing. But I can come with a example before we start the music. Yeah, we're gonna listen to the music. He said after, I don't know, 13 minutes or something. I have an example. Alice Cooper, Lace and Whiskey. That would be epic. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? You feel me? Because we have the whiskey. We have the year of the, whiskey almost. You know what I mean? Depression. And then the liquor, runs, or what do you call it? The whole caboodle of the cabal. But Lace and Whiskey, that's the, it fits, I don't have to tell you why, but it fits. So that's my example. I would love to have a scene in Peaky Blinders, and all of a sudden we hear Alice Cooper sneak in with the Lace and Whiskey. It's not the most sassy number I could pick, but it is a number I think that would have suited the series. I still have 4 more seasons to go, so in theory it could happen. If that happens, I will shit myself. Of like, oh, okay, I I have to turn down the notch on manifesting things. Anywho, any fucking who, are you ready? Come on over. So if you have not seen that episode, they use this music to underscore that these guys are very badass. I love that, and shit is going down. I love that the year in the series is around early 20s, but the music is 100 years literally newer. At some point it may be like 80 years like Nick Cave, but this is almost like 100 years after, almost, because I guess this was made in around 15, 17, maybe 17, I don't know, 16. Maybe it's sometimes it is on the, I'm just gonna, yeah, on me. And so that was a nice surprise. That makes it, in my opinion, fresh. Instead of we are listening to, banjos and violins, the really old instruments only, non-electrical and so on. They even had a scene. I guess that was the same episode where the lead character Thomas goes up to a band leader and say, "Play some ragtime." Like I can't remember it word by word, but he said it's ragtime moment now, and that translates to play some really fucking upbeat, some like we just heard. But in the show, you're not hearing what they play, you're hearing what a ragtime version sounds like in 2020, for example. And they are keeping it very fresh, and it's about the show also. I would say it is a fresh piece of a breath. You know what I mean. Because it's like only 6 episodes, so we're not circling around the same subjects over and over and over, the same personal drama from each individual in the saga, or what do you call it, the show. It's very boiled down to the essence, almost so much so you could sit back and say, I wish we saw some more of that and this and that. But I don't. I actually enjoy the way they made it. I think it's very aesthetic. I told some other people that haven't seen the show, that it exists recently, that I called it it's like Godfather, but in Birmingham / United Kingdom. You know what I mean? It's the same. Like the rise of and maybe the fall of an empire, like Scarface. All the classic gangster stories have this narrative. They got to. If they don't, it's not a gangster. You know what I mean? Story. It's just like classic gangster shit. They even got Tom Holland in it. Not Tom Holland. What's his name? You know what I mean. I'm gonna write it also. Yes. Because sometimes names are escaping my brain. That's a longer story. But gonna do some research. Yeah. The guy who played Bane and Batman and so on and so forth. They're really cool. Yeah, the new Mad Max. That was epic. Road Fury. So, I guess I just rambled a lot now about Peaky Blinders and Royal Blood. And what's not to like? This is epic shit. Epic fucking great stuff. So, long story short, please, somebody out there in the universe, at some point, some year in the future, write back on my answer question. What number that is not present in the Peaky would you think that would suit the show? I could come up with more, and maybe I will in future videos. But I started with Alice Cooper, Lace and Whiskey. I think that would be fantastical. Because of the lyrics, you know what I mean. And that being said, I have to say, have a great freaking day. And thank you for watching. Thank you for lending me your ear to my incredible word salad. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because it's Friday and I have a real cool program the rest of the day. I don't know. So I'm all giddy, funny like that. Anywho, you know I love you. And just have a fucking great weekend and big freaking cheers. Yeah, toma la gato. Hey. Excellent.